drifting into sleep and thinking about your problem. This is something that I did to come up with solutions. Maybe if I'm stuck at a problem and then I just decide to rest my head and just lie down, close my eyes, and I'll start thinking about what that problem is, how I can solve it, different ways to solve it. I keep repeating it over and over in my mind, and then somehow you start to actually get this kind of lucid dream where you're actually solving that problem, or where you're actually attempting to solve the problem, or different kind of ideas just come into your head. And I actually did it recently, let's say 2-3 weeks ago, almost a month ago, where I was trying to come up with a script for a video that I made. Then the video talks about how boredom can help you, how boredom, being bored, being able to stay bored alone with your thoughts can help you. And I was trying to come up with a script or a story to just bring the topic to surface. And whilst I was trying to come up with a script, I just decided to rest my head for a while and just close my eyes. And whilst I did that, I kind of dreamt that instead of actually coming up with a funny story or wholesome story or whatever, I decided to just let the script be that I will say that, okay, instead of coming up with a funny story, I'm just going to tell you directly that boredom is good for you. And that was just how I scripted the video. Instead of actually coming up with a story, I just went for the straightforward method, and that was how I came up with the script for the video. So, and not only in coming up with scripts and stuff like that, any problem at all that you feel you have that maybe you're stuck at, you don't really know what the solution is, it's kind of tricky to come up with an idea or the solution to the problem, you can actually just solve it by just taking a quick nap. A study was done where 2 groups were given a puzzle to solve. So one of the groups, they were actually given a 10 to 20 minute break after seeing the puzzle and trying to solve the puzzle. They've given them the puzzle and they are trying to solve it, and then they were asked to take 10 to 20 minutes break to just take a nap, and whilst they hold a glass cup, and if they actually dozed off, the glass cup would fall and then shatter on the floor, which would wake them up, and then they were now asked to come back again and solve the problem. And then the other group was told to stay awake. So the first group was told to take a 10 to 20 minutes break whilst holding a glass cup, and then if the glass cup falls from their hand, it will wake them up, and then they have to go and continue solving the problem. And then the other group was told to just stay awake. And what they found out was that the first group that were given 10 to 20 minutes break to have a nap whilst holding a glass cup, 80% of them actually were able to solve the puzzle, whilst the other group that was told to stay awake, just 30% of them were able to solve the puzzle. And this method where holding a glass cup to stay awake, and then if it shatters on the floor you wake up, it's kind of an anchor to keep you awake so that you don't drift too far into sleep. And so something that Thomas Edison usually did, his own is that he would sit down in his office with a metal ball in his hand and then a metal plate on the floor. So whilst he drifted into sleep, the metal ball would slip from his hand and hit the metal plate, making a loud noise which would wake him up. And then I think he would do this repeatedly, I'm not sure, but this was something he did to actually be able to get inspiration and to get insight. Maybe if he had a problem or he had something he needed to solve, he would do this to get inspiration. So this is him under a tree in 1921 while US President Warren Harding seated right reading a newspaper. This is US President at that time. This is him taking a power nap. I think the duration of this nap was about 10 to 20 minutes, where he would just take 10 to 20 minutes nap and just recall or repeat the problem in his head, trying to come up with the solution. So whilst he's going to sleep, he's kind of repeating the problem in his head, recalling the problem, and then as you drift into sleep, you just suddenly enter this kind of semi-lucid dream state where you're trying to solve that problem even whilst you're asleep, whilst your body is resting, your brain is trying to solve that problem, and somehow it comes up with that creative idea to solve that problem. So this is something to actually try out. Maybe if you have, I don't know, if you're in school, you have an assignment, a project or something you are trying to do, or maybe even a YouTube video, you're trying to script something, you're trying to maybe write, you're into copywriting, you're trying to come up with a nice copy. If you just try and take a quick nap as you're thinking about the problem, you can just try and take a maybe 10 to 20 minutes nap, and then try and think about the problem as you drift into sleep, and then see what comes out, because it worked for me. It's something that happened for me, and I feel it's also something that can happen for you if you actually give it a try. It may not actually happen on your first try, but you just try it, keep practicing it. Eventually you start to get answers. So yeah, this is the concept that I just want to share: drifting to sleep and then thinking about your problem. It's actually something that can help you when you're stuck with a problem, when you're stuck not knowing the solution to a certain thing. It's something that can help you, so just give it a try. Yeah, until next time.